Wish I had the service every tee box.
What did you think of that one?
Well, on a warmed up day, I'll probably carry that, but not today.
Oh yeah, it might be fairway bunker.
I think he might have rolled off.
What did you have for breakfast this morning, John?
Ooh, scrambled eggs.
Is that a normal breakfast for you?
Yeah, it's common. I do have a lot of eggs. It's good protein. It's something that's always sit well with me, so I usually go with that and some kind of meat, ham, turkey, sausage. Not bacon usually.
No bacon?
Not usually, just because it's so greasy that it depends on the day.
What kind of food do you eat on the course? Are you snacking as you go along?
Yeah, I need to eat a lot on the course, otherwise I can feel my energy lowering. Then I'm also 245, so I got a lot to carry. I have my electrolytes and my salts to keep my water levels and hydration level high enough. But then I also have always a big bag of dried nuts. It's always usually peanuts, almonds, pistachios, some coconut chips, walnuts, whatever, some dried apricot sometimes. Really depends. Just stuff that's slow burning, that's gonna keep my energy levels pretty much the same throughout.
What's your favorite sport to watch besides golf?
I love watching any playoff.
Any playoff?
Any playoff, but if I have to pick one only, if my soccer team is not playing, I love watching tennis.
Oh, tennis. And you're a big Rafa guy?
Big Rafa fan, yeah.
But you're also a Federer guy.
Yeah, I love the sport, and when you're talking about, arguably Fed being the best, in my opinion, and Rafa being up there with the best in history, right? It's hard not to like both, and they're so different. Rafa being so energetic, so, showing so much emotion on the court. I love watching that. Being Spanish, I relate to him very much. And then you have Fed, which is cool, calm, collected, just the beauty of the game and how easy he makes it look. And then also his story of somebody who used to be a hothead, and he even tells you himself, and completely changed his behavior to become who he is today. It's always an inspiring story for me, where I know I can change and become somebody more like Rafa, who still shows emotion, but it's displayed in a much more polite way.
You've always been an emotional guy on the course. Is that something that you're trying to change, or are you just trying to channel it?
Well, no, I'm not gonna stop being emotional, and I will get mad, but like what I'm saying, being somebody like Rafa, somebody who fights, who shows emotion, and even gets mad, and you can tell, but it doesn't come out in a bad way or immature way, and that's what I'm trying to change. I've tried showing no emotion before, and I feel so constrained that it's not fun for me, right? I need to show a little bit, and Rafa is somebody that he does it so well, because you can tell when he's mad, but it never comes across in a bad way, so somebody I can learn from a lot.
All right, let's get to the important stuff. What is the best Halloween costume you've ever had?
You know what? Never celebrated Halloween until I came to college. So I think I only have about 3 years of Halloween in my life that I've celebrated.
Arizona State, though, must do Halloween pretty big time.
Yeah, and it's warm enough. I remember, this is a true story, and I hope you guys don't find the pictures, but I did dress up as a baby.
You dressed up as a baby?
Yeah, all I had is diapers and a white t-shirt.
What kind of party was that for?
I was just, we were just in Mill Avenue in Tempe, just the bar, street.
Do you still hang out with a lot of people that you were friends with in college?
Yeah, constantly hang out with teammates. A lot of them still live in Scottsdale. Some friends that I've made after college, but most of them, people I met in college, teammates, friends of Kelly, roommates.
Okay, you've got 158 yards to the middle of the green. Front pin. What are you thinking about from the fairway bunker here?
Well, when I look at the fairway bunker, first thing would be, making sure the lie is good enough for me to feel comfortable. In this case, it's not much of a lip, so the lie is not a big deal. It's also pretty close to the green, so in my case, it wouldn't be the primary focus. So right now, I'll be, knowing where to land it. In this case, it's a slope behind the pin and short slopes off the green, so you kind of want to be at least past it, make sure you're on the green. So if it's 150, you said 58?
58 middle.
I'm probably thinking of maybe a 160 shot, something like that, which is around a 9 iron. I am not, actually no, being off the bunker, I'll probably choke up on the club a little bit. Probably go with a little bit of an easier 8, just to make sure I get up there. Oh, it's leaking right.
All right, let's see it. What's your favorite kind of shot to hit around the green?
I actually enjoy hitting flop shots a lot. Something I really enjoy doing. But in tournaments and the PGA Tour, you know, they do make it tough for us to be able to do it successfully unless you fail, so it's hard.
The flop is something you and Phil have in common. You've gotten to know Phil a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, he's much better than me at it. But
if you were a teacher, what subject would you teach?
I don't think I'm cut out to be a teacher. Probably history. I do love history, and a bit easier to teach, you know. For me, it's easy to remember. It's like telling a story.
What do you like to do when you just want time for yourself?
I'm a minute alone. Well, I'm an Xbox guy, so I do like to play video games. It's an easy way for me to disconnect from everything and just keep my mind busy for a little bit.
Do you play against anybody on tour?
Not yet, I haven't been able to. I played with Tyrrell Hatton, you know. Adidas players playing Call of Duty, but not that many. I know Bubba plays and some other guys play, but I haven't gotten to play with them yet. Well, Bryson plays Fortnite, and I'm terrible at Fortnite. I'm so bad.
Yeah, he said he only plays Fortnite. What's your on-course fashion sense? What's your style?
Because of how I am as a person, I love bright colors. So I've always, you know, I like solid shirts that are bright colors, and luckily, you know, Adidas facilitates that. They have so many, the variety and the intensity of the colors is really broad, and then, you know, each season there's a different one and a different color palette, and I love it, right? I only have to worry about certain colors certain months of the year, and it's just fun to not have to think about it. I love wearing a lot of red, a lot of blues, greens, purple. It's just, you know, I like all these bright colors.
What's your favorite major championship?
I mean, we all love going to Augusta National. It's really fun. I gotta say, I mean, I do love the Open Championship just because it's a little bit different. You know, the atmosphere around it is different, but Augusta is just, you know, something that's really suited for my game, and I really enjoy a lot.
All right, what are you gonna do here? Are you gonna putt it? Are you gonna pitch it? Are you gonna hit it high?
Well, there's many different options you can do this right now. You could putt it. You could try to spin it, you could hit it high. For the sake of what I just said, I'll probably try to hit it high.
Are you gonna try to get some spin on it?
Well, yeah, there's different ways. I mean, you could just bump it here and just let it release down to the hole. It's a downhill lie, so it's not like I'll be flopping it ever, really. Especially on tour, we play greens fast enough that as long as you get it up here, the ball releases down to the hole.
Do you have a favorite shot that you've ever hit on the PGA Tour?
Oh, yes, I do, actually. It's unluckily, it wasn't on TV. It was my second shot on 13 when I won Torrey Pines. I was on the fairway bunker in the middle to that short pin. I hit a hybrid 4-iron, which is like a 3-iron to the green. You know, 15 feet from the hole, and made that putt, and that's what changed everything to, you know, help me to win. It's a shot that nobody's seen. Everybody talks about 18 and things like that, but
it wasn't even on TV?
It wasn't on TV, and I was only 2 back of the lead. How about that? Yeah. You can see where I'm putting it from. That's the one thing you can. So the one thing here is you could just, with the flop shot, you can go straight, hit it right, and let the slope take the rest. I don't think the greens are fast enough. If they were fast and I was hitting a flop shot, probably try to hit it right there because it gives me a bigger margin of error, but in this case, I guess I'm sacrificing a little bit of that. By the way, saying this is a stupid play, I'll never do this.
For the record?
Yeah, for the record.
Maybe not such a stupid play.
Well, it doesn't always work out like that, not always.
Jon, what is something that most people don't know about you?
I believe people assume that the way I act on the golf course is who I am as a person as a whole, and That couldn't be farther from the truth. I am very intense, except I know that, and I do behave sometimes in ways that I don't like on the golf course. I'm trying to change, but off the golf course, I'm completely different. I'm a relaxed person. I love spending time with my family and friends, you know, enjoying life in general. At the end of the day, I am a 24-year-old. I haven't turned 25 yet this year, so it's, you know, I think people forget that and you know, sometimes misjudge me a little bit. You know, I'm a generous person, not greedy at all. I try to give back to charity as much as possible and work with people in need as much as possible. I try to give back, something my parents always taught me. And you know, God, I'm lucky to have an uphill putt for par. Look at that.
Do you ever putt with the pin in from this distance?
You know, the funny thing, I try to do it. My caddy hates it. So I usually putt with the pin off. But if it's a putt like that, especially if it's not a tournament round, it's not something that'll make a difference on. But I'm one of those who I really, for whatever reason, I can't putt with the pin in.
What do you do to celebrate a really good round, or even better, a big win?
I don't know what people expect. A good round, nothing, go to bed. A win is usually for the most part, it's always a steakhouse dinner that night. If I can, it's Ruth Chris, just because they have my favorite dessert, which is the bread pudding, the white chocolate bread pudding.